Over the past few years, Bedwars has been steadily declining in players. And despite multiple attempts to save Bedwars, nothing's been able to stop it. So today, I want to talk about not why we can't save Bedwars, but why we won't save Bedwars no matter what we do. Now, clearly the community wants the game to live, and despite the multiple attempts to bring Bedwars back and the many ideas thrown around, nothing's been able to stop the game's decline. Not even Hypixel itself. Now, there are definitely ways the game could be saved, whether it be major content creators coming back, a major update that sparks new interest, or anything that big that draws attention to the game. The thing is though, there really isn't any reason to put that much effort into this game anymore. But let me explain. When Bedwars gained its big popularity boost back during 2020, creators took advantage of this by making tons of original content on the game, thus pulling more of an audience, leading to more content, leading to more audience, on and on, you get it. But as time went on, creators had gotten most of all they could out of the game, and slowly began moving towards other aspects of Minecraft content, with only a few original creators staying around due to a genuine enjoyment of the game. Due to how much content was pumped out in that time, content was already made using pretty much everything that was available in the game at that point. This is usually when a game would update, change some gameplay aspect, add new items, maps, which Hypixel did, but just way too slowly. Think Fortnite for a minute here. They have a season, it lasts for a set amount of time. Next season comes around, gameplay changes a good bit, adds new items, new places, and keeps interest in the game. But they don't take so long where the people get so bored of the main season that they quit the game. That's what Hypixel did wrong. Over time, the audience got bored of watching the same gameplay, the creators ran out of good ideas of what to do with the game, leading to a good chunk of both groups just abandoning the game as a whole. Nowadays, most creators that used to play Bedwars as their main source of content have moved on to new things that do way better than Bedwars ever did for them in the past. And with no major things to entice new creators to make content on Bedwars, the game will just keep declining. Now obviously Bedwars is not Hypixel's main priority at this point, as Skyblock is how they pull a majority of their players. So Hypixel doesn't currently see any real use trying to revive the game that much, as they gain more just using that time to update Skyblock. Now it's not like they haven't tried anything, because there have been some pretty cool updates to the game, how it works, how it plays. I bet you didn't even realize that this whole video was recorded in 1.21. There have been some major advancements in making 1.8 PvP work in 1.21, like what Hypixel has done by adding block hitting, all the stuff Minemen Club has done in 1.21. So despite a few years ago, there's a lot of tools that Hypixel could use to make some crazy good updates. But at this point, they've taken so long, the game's so far gone, that it's basically too late. And what they've added so far has been pretty cool, but it's just nothing big enough to get people wanting to come back to the game. The last really big update that changed gameplay was rotational items, and like videos on that did okay. It got like Sammygreen to come back to the game, but it just wasn't big enough or game changing enough to get people to stay around more than a month after that. Especially after they started recycling the same items and stopped adding new ones. Now an example of where they've tried to save a game in the past is Skywars. They majorly overhauled the leveling system. They added a new game mode, Mini Skywars, which is just ranked Skywars but slightly different. They added new maps, more balance changes, a bunch of stuff like that, but the game never came back. Why is that? Because Hypixel missed their window of opportunity. The time where it would have made the most sense for them to try to save either of these games, Skywars or Bedwars, would have been during around COVID, maybe 2021, maybe 2022 at the latest. But instead they were mainly focused on saving Skyblock, which was their biggest moneymaker at the time, and just kind of left Bedwars and Skywars to stay as they are, thinking, oh, it'll be fine because players like the game. But now Bedwars cracks like an average of 5k players, and Skywars is like 1k max on the best day possible. So they just left them alone for too long and it's too late to kind of save them. And although Hypixel would see a return if they invested time into updating Bedwars, it wouldn't be anything major. So while there's definitely a timeline where Hypixel puts in a bunch of effort to make the biggest Bedwars update ever, old creators come flooding back to the game, new content's made, people come back to the game's saved, currently, I just don't think that's going to happen. Now, I would love to see this game come back to its former glory, same enthusiasm towards the game, same player counts, but it's just so unlikely at this point. The game's already 8 years old, and the 1.8 PvP scene is already going down as we speak, so I just don't think this game will ever manage to get back to where it used to be. Nowhere even close. Thank you all for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. I know it's a bit different of a video. It's kind of like a video essay, but just in Minecraft. Want to try it? Thought it would be cool. Hope you all enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already. It means a ton. You can always unsubscribe later. Now I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace out.